All right, hello my friends, welcome back to the channel. So in the last video, and actually I think it's going to be 2 videos ago because I did my Defem Umber journal flip through, we made these boxes, these little cute gift boxes with a window in them to be able to put as like little stocking stuffers in everyone's stockings. That's the word I'm looking for. And today we're going to decorate them. So the first thing I want to do, and I did it here, is I want to add a little bit of gold accenting to these. So for that, I'm just using my, light gold Amsterdam acrylic ink. And I'm really just using the dauber for it. So I'll take the box apart and I'll just show you quickly, and then I'll speed through the rest because you don't need to continuously watch me do it. So it just comes with this little dropper, and I just come in and drop a little bit down, and then I use the dropper to kind of smudge it out. I don't want this to be perfect, so this works quite well, and this also dries really quickly. So I just kind of do that, give it a little bit of texture on the sides, like so. And I'm also going to do that on the front and the back of each of the boxes because those will show on the sides here. I'm not worrying about doing the underside, just the sides that are visible when it's like placed in your hand as a gift. So yeah. We go ahead and do that really quickly for all of these, and then we can move on to the next step. Okay, so I've gotten the gold paint on there, just a little bit of extra texture, a little bit of shine. I do want to say you want to make sure to let this dry. Don't try drying it yourself or else you can melt the acetate. So my plan, we'll go with this red one down here. My plan is to make a whole bunch of, what's this called? Oh my gosh, I can't think of what's called. Mistletoe. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of leaves in different colors and some berries in different colors. And for that, I'm just going to use my offcut scraps. So I have those 2 greens, or sorry, that green and that red, this green and this red, and then I have just some, this is really cheap watercolor paper, so I'm going to hand paint some of them. Whoops. And that's going to take quite a bit of doing. So for the red ones, it's really easy. Let's move that to the side. At least I'm hoping it's going to be really easy. Fingers crossed. It should be really easy. So where's my drop cloth? There it is. I'm just going to use some Distress embossing glaze. And I'm just going to kind of cover a pretty good area here because I'm going to want quite a few of these berries, I'm guessing. Make sure I get a good saturation on there. And then I'm just using a clear embossing powder, which this Wow brand I got a few months ago, and I like it. I think it works very well. So just make sure I get that covered. Sorry if this shakes, you guys. But so now I just have a good amount of glaze on that. And I can emboss it. Okay, so then we've got it nice and shiny and embossed there. And I'm hoping this is going to work. Is it going to work? I don't know. It's a good question. I'm just going to go through and start punching out. Oh yeah, that works perfectly. I'm just going to punch out a whole bunch of little circles. See? So I'll go ahead and do that with both of the red ones. Okay, so I have cut out a few pieces from each of the things. I've got a couple little leaves. Obviously, I'm going to have to do a lot more of these, but I kind of wanted to finish one to show you, what it was looking like, and then I'll probably do the rest off screen and then show all of them to you at the end. But here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking to do somewhat framed, not exactly, but somewhat framed around the edges with these. So I'll just kind of place them in places where I think they'll go. And once I have a pretty good idea of what I want it to look like, I can glue everything down. I may also add a little bit of moss for some texture. I have not decided. So I'm just kind of layering these up. And these tweezers suck. I really need to find my other tweezers. But they'll do for now. I don't want too much going off the edge. A little bit's okay, but if you put too much off the edge, it can get smashed in the stocking. Maybe just put a little one up there. So I'm thinking something kind of like that. And then I may want a few down here. Whoops, come here please, thank you. Something along those lines. And then I don't know if I have any more of these, but I found this, I was just going through my Tim Holtz stash, and it's one that I had gold embossed previously. So these would need to move up and maybe put something like that there. Whoops. And we could do maybe not one of those, one of these. Well, maybe I do want the darker one there. Hold on. Yeah, I like the darker one. It just goes with the lettering here a little bit better. Ah. Okay, fine. You stay there for now. It doesn't matter. Right now, I'm just trying to get a layout. So, something like that. And then we'll do a couple of these up here. Maybe one here. And here. Get some of the brighter red in there as well. Okay, there we go. And then a couple of the watercolor ones. Well, I don't want it on the edge of that, but again, I'm just kind of trying to reason out spacing at the moment. Come here. Okay. Maybe go with another one of the bright red ones. Okay, so I know I want something like that. And when I glue it down, I can put things together more precisely. Now I want to see, I have this preserved moss. I bought it years ago and I've never opened it. I want to say I got it from Hobby Lobby. Because I make little bouquets out of the fake flowers. And I was going to use it for that, but I never did. So if I had some of this underneath everything, whoops, come back please. Having issues, as per usual. What do we think? Is it too bulky? Maybe if I tear it down a little bit. So what I'll do so that I know kind of where I want things to go is I'm just going to use my pencil and make a really, really fine mark to the edge of the design, and probably not all the way to the edge of this one. Just do right here and then up here. And this is just going to be so I remember where I want things to be glued down. That's just going to go where it fits. So really quickly, I will grab my glue and I will start attaching all of this. So I'll keep these separate because I know I want these to go on the bottom. And then, whoop, let go please. Everything's so staticky right now, it wants to all stick together. Okay, perfect. So yeah, I will just, using just my 3-in-1, I'm gonna go ahead and get this all glued down. Okay, so I'm liking how this looks so far. I do like the little bit of texture from some of the moss. I maybe could have even gone with a little more, but that's okay. So now I want to decide how I want to kind of separate this a little bit more. And what I'm thinking, oh, got a little bit of moss there. What I'm thinking is to do some highlighting with maybe a white acrylic marker. Let me get these all out of the way. I'm gonna do this same thing basically for all of them. I'm, like I said, gonna use maybe a different little letter here, or not letter, word or something here. And I might do some holly as well as the mistletoe. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and, I also thought about doing some sparkle paste. Yeah, I think I'm going to go in just with my Posca marker. This is my smallest one. I think it's the smallest size they make. It's a 0.7 millimeter. So let me get this working, and then I'm just going to go around and highlight some of these spots. Okay, I'm liking this. I am pleased with how these are turning out. So I think I want just a little bit more of something. And I have a few options here. So we could go with a splatter, right? I love me a good splatter. I could go with, I have the Distress Mica Flakes that add just, they're these textured little bits of mica. I don't want to get this all over the place. Please don't go flying. And I think the problem is these might be just a little too big for what I'm looking for. I mean, they're beautiful. I absolutely love them, but I feel like they're a little too big. And then I also have the Snowfall Grip Paste, which I think might just add too much texture. I do love this stuff. I actually have somewhere. Let me see if I can find it. Nope. Okay. I don't know where I put it. But I think that's just going to add a little bit too much bulk to it. And I want to keep this really simple. So we're going to go with splatters. Is anyone surprised? Probably not. Probably not. Oop. It's getting to where I'm going to have to clean out my splatter jars and redo them. So this is just acrylic paint mixed with water, and I keep several colors on hand. Whoops, just spilled that out. Just my most commonly used ones, so white, black, gold, bronze, that kind of thing. I don't want these to be too big, so I'm going to take off a lot of the extra moisture. And I'm going to center it. I don't want it on the berries, but I do want it around here, so. And I'm okay if it gets on the acetate. That's fine. Okay. Yeah. Not sad about that. Let's cover up this little one and get some down here. Okay. Splattered all over my fingers. Let me move that for just a second. Okay. So, and again, because I don't want to melt that acetate, I'm going to let it dry naturally. While I wait for that to dry, I'm going to just separate this tissue. And I'm just using water, and that makes it easier to tear apart instead of tearing all crooked. Okay. I apparently had some leftover, where did it go? It felt like embossing powder, but now I can't find any more of it. And I'll just take this and give it a little scrunchy, scrunch, scrunch. If I'm very careful, I can take the box out before the top has dried. Very good. And then you just put some tissue paper in there. And then you can layer up some candies and stuff. I don't think I have any right now. Let me see. Okay, and the answer is no. However, I do have some little bits and pieces that I can kind of just throw in here for a second, just so you'll get a good idea of how it looks when it's got some little things in it. Okay, I'm getting impatient. It's mostly dry. It's just a little wet on the acetate, so as long as I don't touch that, it'll be fine. There we go. Look at that. Hopefully it's not glaring off. It might be glaring. Sorry if it's glaring. But so now you have these cute little boxes that you can throw into people's stockings or just hand them to them, you know, whatever you feel like doing. And you can fill these with all kinds of things. So you can do candies, you could do handmade ornaments, you could just put a whole bunch of little stuff in here like this if they are crafters as well. And yeah, I love this. I think it is super, super cute. So I'll go ahead and finish the rest of them off screen. And then when that's all done, I'll bring you back. I will show you each of the 6, and yeah, I will see you then. Okay, so here we are all finished. I did use a little bit of Tim Holtz ephemera, some of my handmade leaves and little berries there. I also remembered part of the way through that I had these little wooden chipboards that I just colored with either acrylic paint or embossing powder. I also used a couple of these little white poinsettias. I don't know if I said that correctly. I always forget how to say that right. And then I went ahead and filled them with candy just so you guys could get a good look at how it looks. So these are not actually the candies I'm going to be giving. It's still a little too early for me to be finding Christmas candy. So I just threw some extra little candies in there, but yeah. So that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry I didn't do as much decorating on screen as I wanted to, but again, it was just getting way, way too long, and I really needed to save a little bit of time. So hopefully just seeing the different kind of styles and different designs is enough for you guys to get some ideas. So yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to leave a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!